Commander Sarah Martinez pressed her palm against the cold metal hull of what had once been the Zephyrian dreadnought Void's Embrace. 3 years ago, it had crashed into the Nevada desert like a fallen star, its alien crew abandoning it as irreparable wreckage. The Zephyrians had written it off as scrap metal, another casualty of their war with the hegemony. They had underestimated human curiosity. "Status report, Jenkins," Sarah called to the chief engineer emerging from the ship's bowels, his coveralls stained with exotic lubricants and quantum coolant. Marcus Jenkins wiped his hands on a rag, grinning like a man who'd just solved the universe's greatest puzzle. "She's ready, Commander. Better than ready. Those blue-skinned bastards built her to last 1,000 years, but they never imagined what we'd do with their leftovers." Sarah nodded, remembering the day they'd first breached the hull. The Zephyrians had strip-mined half the galaxy, enslaved entire species, and treated Earth as nothing more than a primitive backwater, until their ship fell from the sky. Inside, they'd found technology beyond human comprehension. Gravity manipulators, quantum processors, weapons that could crack moons. The aliens had declared the ship's fusion core irreparably damaged, its navigation systems fried, its weapon arrays beyond salvation. They'd salvaged what they could and left the rest to rust. But humans didn't know the meaning of beyond salvation. Dr. Elena Vasquez had been the first to crack the alien programming language. Lieutenant James O'Connor had figured out how to jury-rig human electronics into Zephyrian systems. Sergeant Maria Santos had somehow convinced the gravity generators to accept Earth's magnetic field as a reference point. One by one, piece by piece, they'd brought the dead ship back to life. "The weapon modifications are online," Jenkins continued, his voice dropping to an almost reverent whisper. "We've integrated our nuclear arsenal with their particle beam arrays. The result is, well, let's just say it would make the Zephyrians soil their environmental suits." Sarah smiled grimly. The Void's Embrace had originally been armed for conquest. Now it was armed for extinction. Through the desert air came the roar of approaching ships, sleek Zephyrian fighters descending from orbit like mechanical vultures. Long-range sensors had detected their return, drawn by reports of strange energy signatures from the crash site. They expected to find human scavengers picking through debris. Instead, they found resurrection. "All stations, this is Commander Martinez," Sarah spoke into her headset as she climbed aboard the reborn dreadnought. "Today, we remind the galaxy that humans don't just survive, we thrive. We take their failures and forge them into our victories." The Void's Embrace lifted from the desert floor with impossible grace, its human-modified engines singing a harmony the original builders never intended. Where Zephyrian engineering prioritized efficiency, human modifications had added redundancy. Where aliens built for standardization, humans had improvised solutions that shouldn't work but somehow did. The approaching fighters opened fire, their energy weapons painting the sky in deadly rainbow patterns. The dreadnought's shields, now powered by a hybrid fusion antimatter reactor of human design, absorbed the assault like rain on a mountainside. "Return fire," Sarah commanded. What erupted from the Void's Embrace was not merely the ship's original firepower, but something transformed. Human tactical doctrine merged with alien technology created weapons that fought dirty, used physics in ways the Zephyrians had considered beneath them, and struck with the desperate creativity of a species that had learned to turn every disadvantage into strength. The first fighter disintegrated under a barrage of modified particle beams. The second fell to a gravitational anomaly that shouldn't have been possible. The third tried to flee, only to discover that humans had improved the ship's engines beyond Zephyrian specifications. As the last enemy craft fell burning toward Earth, Sarah allowed herself a moment of satisfaction. The Zephyrians had abandoned their ship as worthless scrap. Humanity had transformed it into absolute retribution. And this was only the beginning.